Hello, I'm Jennifer Restman with For You Marketing, and I like to come on YouTube and teach you more about business marketing, how to get yourself out there, get more exposure for your brand. And I get a lot of questions. There's a lot of talk out there about getting some help in certain areas for your business, and one of them is Canva. How to make thumbnails specifically for your videos, and a lot of those videos would be on YouTube. So I thought we would tackle that today, and I would create one for you. You can watch how I do that, and leave any questions you might have below. Okay, we'll talk soon. See you over on the computer. There's a couple of ways that you can find a template to get started with the thumbnail, but it sometimes is easiest just to go in through here and give it a search. So, YouTube thumbnail, you search that, it comes up and it gives you some selections. Now, I pulled one up over here, but now I really have already been working with some thumbnails on my own projects already. So I'm just going to pull those up, and I want to build off of that. So if you are just starting fresh, you're going to start with a blank slate, just like this, right? But I want to include some of the things I have on some of the other thumbnails, so I wanted to make sure I was working in there. Now, you can come over and take a look at some of the templates to start with. You can start building from your own. I think we'll take a look through some of these and see if anything strikes my fancy. I have been working with a similar look for quite a while, so I thought I would change it up a little. Now, when I say that, I don't mean now I'm going to come up with an entirely different look. I'm going to kind of elaborate on what I have going already. You want to stick with what your brand is already talking about. So it's important to understand that, and maybe you'll see a little bit more of that as we go along. So, I just wanted to poke around and see what we've got here. I have worked with a circle, and I stick with this font. I find it is easy to read online. That is one of the types of fonts that you want to use when you're reading on a computer. I like to include this. I include my logo and a picture, sometimes silly, of me. So let's go over here and we'll see what, I can come up with that's maybe similar, but, this can get kind of tired. So let's look a little more. I'm still looking, I'm going to build off of it for, another 5-10 videos. So I just want to take a little time right now to find something that I like and something that's going to work for me. I don't want something like this where there's lots of little pictures. I'm not even sure why. I do not recommend that. Stick with something really simple, easy to understand, easy to put your text on. Simple, easy, not too complicated. Okay, I'm going to try this one and see how I like it. So now, you see, this has nothing to do with what I've got going on, right? So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start making changes. And you can see as I develop that, how to do that. It's got that thumbnail size already for you. It might look really big, but something I recommend that you do is zoom it down so that you see it a little more like it's going to be on screen. Honestly, this is still huge, right? But to work on it, it might... This is really what you're going to see, right? It's on your phone. It's probably going to be even smaller than that. So once you've made something, make sure you zoom out so that you can see that you can mean, I can't even read this tiny print. And understand that most people are going to be on probably some sort of mobile device and not on a large screen on their desktop. Some certainly will, but then if you do it this way, then you can build it for both types of platforms. Okay, so I'm going to make it bigger so that I can work on it, and I'll probably go back and forth for a while. So I'm just going to grab some stuff from above and start plinking away. Sometimes it is best to just build your own because Canva has some set in their ways, and yeah, I don't always love that. So here we go. Keeping things separated can be a little easier than relying on the actual template, but it gives you a nice layout that you don't have to really think twice about, right? You can just build on what they have going. You know, it looks nice. Yep, I don't like that image. So now I'm going to see if I have anything else. And then I'm going to go on my computer and see if I find something I like. So I upload from my device. I have some stuff on here already that I've downloaded. Used it. Gee, how many of those can I have? Huh? So these are all in a different format. So I'm going to need to, used it. All right, so I would love to just be able to upload all of them. Let's see, it's gonna let me, I think. So here we are. So instead, I've decided I'm going to just reverse it all and do it a different direction. I'd like to use this one. Okay, I don't think we need such a big head. Okay. So I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to use this as my backdrop. And we are talking about Canva this time. And a lot of times I will grab from the other concepts that I have going on. All right, so I just typed it out and I don't need this. I'm going to ungroup here at the top because you can see how all three of these are grouped together. So I'm going to ungroup that. I'm going to just move this aside for now. And then I'm going to change the font on this. So you just come up here and you grab a different font. And thankfully, the font that I like to use is often in here because this is a file that I work on all the time. So it kind of has a good memory of what I use and doesn't make it all squirrely again. And then it's all in capitals because that's how I brought over the template that it came with. So I'm just going to change that to regular non-capitals. Capitals aren't the easiest thing to read. They can make a nice accent for things, but it's not really easy to read, especially on the computer. So change that. It's not going to let me. Come on. Sometimes you'll need to select it to change it. And sometimes you shouldn't have your capitalized lock on. So let's redo it. I think I'll change this too. Okay. All right. So that's nice. However, it's probably way too small. So I like to make it easier to read with some bolding. I might even make that bigger. I'm going to make this a little smaller. There you go. Look at that. Really needs to be. So you can just drag it to make it smaller, or you can go up here and plus or minus to make it a different size. I'm going to turn mine. Creates a little interest. I like this. You can play around with this. Do you like it coming all the way out? You know, you can mess around with layouts till the cows come home. So, you know, kind of try to pick with something and then just go on. And otherwise you could be here all day, and who has time for that? So I also like to include a different color, an accent color, and mine are this blue and this green color, so we'll see how well those. I'm going to try the blue, and the blue is too kind of makes your eyes buzz, but we're going to get rid of that. I just deleted it, that's all I did, and I'm going to see this text that's just laying here. I just reuse it. So I double click that and I paste in what I deleted. And then I'm going to make that larger, much, much larger. And I might change the font to something little more fun. What is that other one? All right. And I want to get rid of the capitals again, which I didn't make it as my mistake. And then I want it to be also, see, it's kind of spaced out here. I want to make that less. So I just change this here until it's doing what I want it to do. And it's just a slider here. And then I'm going to turn that one. Actually, maybe I will make this one. There's a lot of clicking. Sometimes you have to click off with Canva. It's not perfect. So then you want to bring those letters, those words together a little more. You can use that same slider that's up above. And I want that to be I think I want it to be something else, but I really want to get the color first. And see if there's anything. Yeah, those aren't my colors. You want to try to stick with your colors, right? Mine's orange. Sometimes I use a little purple and teal and light blue. Well, we can use the purple. I don't love the purple because I had moved away from that. And I do incorporate yellow. Maybe we'll just stick with white and just change it to a different font and see how that goes. Now you want to find something that has an accent, but nothing too crazy that you can't read it. And I find that's really common where somebody picks something, oh, that's so pretty, but what the heck are you trying to tell me? And I can't read it because it's so small. Not because sometimes they pick it and make it small, too small for me to read, but it's too small because I'm looking at it on my phone. So you want to tinker around until you find just the right thing. No. Maybe. It's not really the look I like. I like a look where you can read it, if you haven't been able to tell. That might be okay. If I want maybe a brighter yellow, let's go here and we'll move into the yellows. There. How's that? That's not bad. Maybe a little bit bigger. Well, you can type it in as well. I meant 245, but that's fine. And now I think I want to make it closer together even. So that's line height under that little area up there. And bring that closer together. And I like to bring it really close to the... And you can use the little arrows on your computer to move it sometimes. No, move it back. Okay, now I want to get those other bits from other things. So I used this and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that in down here. And I'm going to turn it. So I just copied and pasted, grabbed it from something else. And I'm going to move that over on top of that. And I'm going to grab my logo. Oh, and I like this when I used to do that. So maybe I'll try that on there. Here we go. Here's my, not that. I'm going to grab my logo without sending it to Pinterest. And again, I'm just going to copy that and paste it down here. And just click on the background. Paste it. Yeah, oh God, I got a lot of stuff blinking in. All right, so if I come in a little closer, that'll help. Plus you can see it. Hello. I'm sorry if you haven't been able to see it. I might have to redo this whole video. So there it is. So you can see that I'd like this to be bigger. I'd like it to come, you know, fill that whole section up. And I don't think that's white. I think it's like an off-white. There we go. And I don't know, that's a pretty bright yellow. And I'm gonna just make it bigger using the dragging so that I can see how it looks inside the actual. I think that's just fine. You can even get this more. I do have to back off again. And there you go. That's nice. It's not too cluttered. We'll bring this. I can, if you click on this one and then you push the shift on a Mac computer and you click on the other one, you can grab them at the same time. I'm just going to pull those down and then I'm going to make this bigger again. So it kind of comes off of the, starts jumping off the page there a little bit. Okay. I don't love this yellow. Which one is this? I love that yellow. It's a little dark though, isn't it? So we're going to go back to this light one and we're going to go with that. And that'll be our next one here that we're just talking about today, how to create YouTube thumbnails. So I grabbed a template, didn't love it, so I kind of created my own thing going on here with a couple of different colored squares. But the main gist is that you want to stick with your colors, your fonts that you've chosen to use for your business, a nice picture of yourself, maybe a fun picture of yourself. I like to include my logo. I like to include the YouTube symbol so you know there's no guessing what this is. You can move this around until you find the right direction that you want. You can change the size of your fonts, and you can also change the zooming in and out so that you can see. See, you're going to find that easily on YouTube. It's going to be just fine. I'm not sure I love using if it's going to be difficult to read, but this will stand out and hopefully draw people in, right? So I think it's done. And all you do is then download it and make sure you choose PNG or a GIF. They're both appropriate. And this can be a little more compressed, I think. And then which one did I work on? Number 24. Don't download all of them just to get this one. So you can click that. Then you click done. It used to be that you could just download it and then you download They call it a page. It's a thumbnail, and then you can download that and add that to your information. Now you can also, yeah, I don't have it on here, but oh yeah, I was going to use the, yeah, I got plenty going on. I was thinking maybe I would use that white square like I had up above, but I don't think I need to do that. You can also, if you can sneak it in somewhere, add your website address. I'm not going to do that at this time, but you are welcome to add that. I don't want it to be so cluttered, but you know, you don't want it to be something that is directing people to, you know, to your information. Oh, come on. Sometimes if I'm so far zoomed out too, it has a hard time doing small tinkerings. So I just want to bring it back down a little. So it's just hitting the edge there. Okay. All right. There you go. And I'm going to download that, and we'll see you next time.